Good day, it's Dr. McLean with Vital Energy Chiropractic, and today I want to talk to you about the Pareto Principle. And you probably heard of the Pareto Principle before, but I want to talk about how the ramifications for your health. And so the Pareto Principle is often called the 80-20 principle. And it's really amazing. They've looked at this in terms of research across so many different areas. And so, for example, it's often called the 80-20 principle. So one example would be like in business, let's say an average business, 20% of the customers in that business will give them 80% of their income. A different 20% of those customers will give them 80% of their problems. If you go into a church, 20% of the parishioners will pay 80% of the tithes. If you go to the road system, let's say in Helena, 20% of the roads carry 80% of the traffic. It's not equally distributed, which seems pretty obvious, but when they break those numbers, it's pretty close to those numbers often. So let's say if they need to fix the roads in Helena, but we had a limited budget, which is probably often the case, instead of trying to fix all the roads, if we fix those 20% of the roads, of course, it's not going to solve all the problems, but it's going to fix the problems and cover 80% of the traffic, and that's going to give us the most bang for the buck. Now, when it comes to your health, to me, the ramifications are much, much bigger, because if you lose your health, or even if your health is diminished, it impacts so many other areas of your life. And I'm assuming this is probably still true. I don't know, at least pre-coronavirus, before all the businesses were shut down, that the number one cause of bankruptcy in the United States was medical bills and medical debt. And these were people that had insurance. They said over 70% of these people had insurance. It wasn't like they didn't have insurance. And they still had to file bankruptcy because of their medical bills. So we have a financial implication, but of course, if you lose your health, you may lose your source of income too. So now you've got these huge medical bills and you're not earning an income, or maybe the income you were earning before. And this is more common than you think. The other thing is just quality of life. So maybe you haven't totally lost your health, but you've got diminished health. You've got headaches, you've got depression or anxiety. You have fatigue, you have lower energy levels. So you can't live your quality of life. So I would highly recommend that you invest some of your time and energy and your finances in your health, and invest in your health, not in treating symptoms or diseases, right? So that old saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And that's really true. So the good news is you don't have to spend a lot of time or energy or money on your health, as long as it's done consistency and it's done the right ways. Medication's not going to make you healthier, unfortunately. Getting a medical surgery is not going to make you healthier. I know those things are necessary sometimes, but our bodies aren't designed to have chemicals in them, so that's not going to make you healthier. But if you look more on a prevention side, in terms of just eating a little bit healthier, spending a little bit of your energy on planning your meals, planning time to exercise. And it doesn't mean you have to be this, again, super highly level of fitness, but just putting a little time in those areas is going to give you huge, huge returns. And from a chiropractic standpoint, not just because I'm a chiropractor and that's my opinion, but what the research shows, bang for buck, chiropractic is by far, my opinion, the best thing, but at least one of the very best things you can do in terms of your return on your investment. And the research shows that in terms of decreasing your chances of having to take a medication or need a medical procedure. So think of that 80-20 principle in terms of your health. But the last thing I would say is also think of that in terms of opportunity, because today we've got so many opportunities on how we spend our time and how we spend our money and what we do. And you want to make sure you are investing in things that are important to you so you can live the best life for you. And again, that's what our goal is, to optimize your health so you can live an abundant life.